Normally this time of day, we have Steve Patterson live at home in his living room. But Steve, you heard we had a sloth here and had to come into the studio.
Few things make me hurry into the studio like the world's slowest animal. This is Chloe from the Como Zoo. Many of you know Chloe. This is just so lovely to have her here in all of her glory. This is not my first encounter. We'll have a conversation here in a moment. Chloe turning her back to the camera right now, being a little bit gun shy and looking up at the lights in a really bewildered fashion. A previous encounter with Chloe was a close one that we had over on the Twin Cities Live set. I think we might have some of that video there where I fed her and I contemplated, and I don't know why I decided to kiss her hand, because the chemistry was there and I responded to it. But she's just
pre-pandemic and everything.
It was just pre-pandemic. Of course, I should absolutely mention. Amanda Norby White is joining us now. She's got Chloe in her hands. Amanda, let's ask the first question. How heavy is Chloe? Is she heavy to hold? Is she like 30 pounds?
She's about 18 to 20 pounds.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Chloe. It's the fur that
Well, you're off to a great start, Steve.
Is it the fur, the grown out hair, the pandemic hair that makes her look a little heavier?
Yes, the fur definitely makes her look like she's got a little more volume than she does.
Now, she is really taking in the sights. She's seeing all of these lights. This is very different from her normal habitat.
Yes.
What do you think she's thinking right now? She almost snaps in half.
I think she's wondering how many suns are there out here.
Yes, and she doesn't know. Now, her diet, I suppose, consists of, is this romaine?
Yes, we've got some romaine lettuce here for her. I've also got some fruit, which is her treats. And we also feed her a wide variety of vegetables as well.
Can I attempt to feed her a long piece of lettuce?
Sure.
From a distance? All right, Chloe, let's do our trick like we... Oh my gosh, look at her. Talk to me about this claw.
Yeah,
okay,
so she's got really long claws here. These claws are really important for helping to hold her up in the rainforest. So when you live your life clinging to branches, you've got to have strong claws and strong feet.
What is the biggest misconception about sloths? Because they have not exactly been portrayed in a complimentary way in movies.
That's a good question. I think one misconception that we have about sloths is when people see her at Como, she looks all nice and clean like this, but in the wild, she would have lots of moss and algae growing in her fur, and that will give them a little bit of a green color, which helps them blend into their environment.
Why don't you spin around? We love your lovely face, but let's spin around so that we can see the face of Chloe. Look at that little tongue coming out. What's going on with that tongue? That's a weird looking tongue.
Yeah, she's got a long tongue that helps her eat her food. Her food in the wild would be a variety of leaves up in the rainforest. And something that's really interesting is every sloth has their own favorite kind of leaf to eat. And usually it's the kind of favorite leaf that their mother liked too.
Oh, is that right? Passed down.
Yeah, their favorite foods are passed down.
Let me ask you this. In a habitat like Como Zoo, how long could you expect Chloe to live? I'm assuming that this is the same Chloe and you guys are not playing some sort of a shell game on me.
Yes. In the wild, they would live for about 20 years. Okay. But in human care, they can live into their 30s. And wonderful. Chloe is only 16 years old. She'll be turning 17 later this summer. So we've still got lots of time to love on her.
Did you do anything for her sweet 16?
Yes, we like to decorate for all of our animals' birthdays. So we like to do things like hanging crepe paper, giving lots of extra treats, and just making it a fun party.
And what is like a real go-to treat? Look, I get it. She likes leaves and lettuce is fine, but we all get sick of salad. Is there anything that she can binge on a Friday night?
I think one of her favorites has to be melon, especially cantaloupe.
My final question would be, and I don't know that I'm allowed to touch Chloe, what does her hair feel like?
Her hair is pretty thick and coarse, and I would describe
to touch her or no?
Not right now.
Not right now, like it's going to change.
Control yourself, Steve.
You've already insulted her weight.
I know. let the
hey,
sloth
I think
eat.
your sloth looks fat. Can I touch her? I should have said that. Okay, Amanda, well, thank you so much for bringing Chloe in. For those of you at home, know all this month we have been asking you to consider maybe sponsoring an animal at the Como Zoo. There is still time for you to donate. All gifts, this is great, are going to be matched up to $10,000 thanks to an anonymous donor. Visit KSTP.com to help keep Como Zoo free. We will talk more about this today at 3 o'clock on Twin Cities Live. Amanda, Chloe, a pleasure as always. You look better and better day by day.
Nice recovery.
Yes, beautiful. Steve, thank you.
Yes. Steve, I'm so glad we could be part of your deep personal connection with Chloe. We can keep it going here.
Yeah, I won't touch.
All right, we'll be right back.